Assalamu alaikum and welcome to day one of your 10-day sugar rehab. We are here. Today is February the 10th. We are rehabbing starting today. I'm going to get your Insta cousins on here real quick. Hey, there we go. The other day it wouldn't let me go live. I think a lot of people was having a problem with Instagram going live, but let's see what it does today. Is it going to let us go live today? Let's see. Right? Oh, that looks weird. Okay. We are going to try to go live on the Insta today. Go live. Today is day one of the 10-day sugar rehab. So if you have been knowing that you eat too much sugar, you know that you are addicted to sugar because you're one of those people, you've had a nice, healthy, fulfilling meal, and then you're like, I need some dessert. Then you may be addicted to sugar. If you know that you have intense cravings at night or during the day, or you just can't go a day without your Frappuccino, which has an amazing amount of sugar in it, by the way. Even I was shocked. Some Dunkin' Donuts Frappuccinos have 161 grams of sugar. That is just like liquid diabetes. I'm sorry. It just is. That's crazy to me. So today is day one of your rehab. What does that mean? That means that you're excited, like I'm excited, right? Super excited. We're going to get this health thing under control. We're going to become healthy eaters. We are going to ignite or reignite our healthy eating patterns where we are eating things that are going to nourish our body. We are super excited. And I want you to be excited. But I know that throughout this 10 days, that excitement is going to wane. It's going to come up. It's going to go down. It's going to come up. You're going to have a lot of different feelings along the way, but I'm going to be right here to support you. So today is day one, and I am simulcasting on about 5 different platforms. But after today, we're only going to be inside of our Facebook group so that we can have a little bit more of intimate conversations, because this is sort of kind of how things are going to go over the next 10 days. So today, you're going to start off super excited, right? You're going to be gung-ho. Hopefully, you've already downloaded your 10-day sugar rehab. If you haven't, go to 10daysugarrehab.com and download your rehab. Because inside of the sugar rehab, there is a list of 61 different aliases that they use, that food manufacturers use to put sugar inside of our foods. It's not going to always say sugar, honey, syrup, high fructose corn syrup, right? Those are the things that the average person looks for. But there is a whole litany of ways in which they add sweetness to food. Why do they do this? Why can't they just add sugar and just say, hey, this has a certain amount of cane sugar? Well, the main reason why manufacturers need so many different sweeteners is because it actually allows them to change the order of the ingredients so it is less noticeable. Not that the sugar is less noticeable, but you and I, who try to be conscious, healthy consumers, have a less likelihood of recognizing it. So in the United States, the Food and Drug Administration requires manufacturers to list foods according to how much is inside of the product, right? So if a product is the main ingredient is wheat by weight, it has more wheat in it than everything else, then it has to list wheat as number one. That is often why you will find spices and flavoring as the last thing on the list, because by weight, it is the least amount of ingredient inside of their product, right? So if a manufacturer actually just only use cane sugar or even only use high fructose corn syrup, right? They had to use a lot of sweetener. They would have to list sugar as ingredient 1, 2, or 3. But if they use half high fructose corn syrup, a little bit of sucrose, a little bit of dextrose, now the weight of the high fructose corn syrup is less and they can move it down on the ingredient list. Because most people, if you are one, shouldn't be buying a product that have 50 ingredients in it, but if you do, most people are not going to read all 50. You're going to read the first 5, right? You're like, okay, there's no sugar in the first 5 ingredients, and so you're going to go ahead and buy it and you're going to eat it. Well, that's what they're banking on. So what I've done is I put together the list of all of the types of sweeteners that they try to use. During our 10-day sugar rehab, our goal is to remove all added sweeteners. Now, the challenge with this is that sugar and sweeteners are addictive. They are just as addictive as drugs. A lot of people, when you say, oh, what is the most popular drug in the world? A lot of people will be like, oh, coffee. Coffee is the most popular drug. Actually, that's not true. Actually, sugar is the most popular drug in the world. We are addicted to sugar. So much so that when you tell people that they should remove sugar from their diet, they come up with all of these different ways. And, well, does that mean honey? Well, does that mean, can I have bread? Can I have this? Can I have that? They try to think of all of the ways in which their sugar craving is satisfied to make sure that even if they don't have high fructose corn syrup or even cane sugar, that somehow we can feed that addiction. Well, I am asking you to remove all sugar and sweetener from your diet for 10 days. Can you do that? 10 days. That means no sugars that's on that list. That also means no natural sugars that you add to food, right? So no honey added to your tea. No sugar added to your coffee. And even if you have already started replacing your sweetener with things like stevia and monk fruit, I want you to even remove those for 10 days. Why? Because the sweet taste is triggering the same dopamine fix in your brain, right? This is the reason why, which I highly don't recommend, people go on a low carb plan or a ketogenic plan and they're making like keto friendly cookies and brownies and a keto cinnamon bun, and right? But they aren't able to say these aren't long-term plans. If you feel like you need to make that, it's because you still are addicted to the sugar, even the alternative version of that sugar, right? Because it's the sweetness that's triggering the brain. Super, super important that you just break that addiction. Remember, the neurons that fire together will wire together. If you can break that neurological connection, it is going to reset your brain. It's going to reset your gut, because sugar also disrupts the microbiome in our gut. And it is going to reset your taste buds, right? So let me go through really quickly what you can expect to happen over the next 10 days. All right. So today you're excited, right? You're probably not going to have sugar. You're going to be like, I'm good. I can stick to the list. I got this. I'm going to do this for 10 days. We're going to do this. Tomorrow, you'll probably realize, I can't have sugar. right? It's not uncommon that people wake up the next day and they'll forget and pick up the spoon for the sugar in their coffee and they're like, oh, I'm doing the rehab. That's right. All right. So you're going to still be like, okay, I got this. I can do this. And this is the reason why I normally have people to start a sugar rehab towards the middle or the end of the week. Because day 1 is going to go great, inshallah. Day 2, you're going to be doing it. You're going to be rocking it. Day 3 is when you might start getting some withdrawal symptoms. So don't be surprised if on Saturday you start getting a little headache. You start feeling a little crabby. You start like feeling a little anxious, right? People don't realize how much they are addicted to sugar until those withdrawal symptoms start kicking in. Now, Sunday is going to be day 4. And on day 4, it is not uncommon for you to literally feel a little depressed. You are going to start, if you are breaking an addiction to sugar, your brain is going to start playing tricks on you. You're going to literally, your brain is going to miss the dopamine from the sugar. And so you will start feeling depressed, but you're going to hold on because I'm going to be here. We're going to be inside of our group. We're going to have conversation. We're going to support in the process because you're going to need to talk through it, right? So grab a friend, tag a friend, send a friend to 10-day sugar rehab. Say, do this with me because we're going to need to lean on each other because it's going to be challenging trying to do it by yourself, which is the reason why I twice a year, I coach you through this. And that's going to be day 4. It might last a couple of days. Like day 4 and 5 might challenge you a little bit. Day 6, day 7, you might wake up and say, you know what? I feel pretty good. I don't need coffee this morning. You know what? There's a little pep in my step here. By day 6 or 7, you're going to get that pep. Just a little bit of that pep. Day 8 and 9, you're going to be like, I understood the assignment. Hey, you're going to be feeling good. Day 10, you are going to be so proud of you. And I'm going to be so proud of you. When you get through 10 days, no sugar, no sweetener. Now, I'm going to warn you, that doesn't mean on day 11, you need to go get some Krispy Kreme or Frappuccino, right? This is going to kickstart your healthy lifestyle. You're going to be able to say no to sweets that you craved before. So we're going to talk about what next steps is once we get there. But for now, I want you to go to 10daysugarrehab.com, download the guide. Inside of the guide, there are 3 lists. There is a list of food for you to enjoy. There is a list of foods for you to limit. So the enjoy list is green. There's a list of foods for you to limit. That list is yellow. And there's a list of foods that you must absolutely avoid during the entire 10 days. And that list is red, right? So not just all of the sugars, but things like juice. A lot of people think like, oh, well, I don't drink soda because I drink juice. Or I juice 5 carrots and 3 celeries every morning. Nah, sis. You was just drinking sugar. You just made your own soda without the carbonation. I'm just saying. So, no juice during, whether you buy it from the store or you make it yourself. No juice during this 10-day sugar rehab. No, obviously, regular sugars. No honey. No molasses. No syrup. Anything that is added to something else to make it sweetener is out, right? Can you have fruit? Yes, you can have fruit because sugar naturally occurs in fruit. Side note, this is not a ketogenic plan. This is not a low carb plan. My goal in this effort is to just get as many people as I possibly can to remove added sugars from their diet. If afterwards you decide that you want to continue a healthy eating journey and you want to start a low carb journey, we could talk about that when we get there. But for now, I want you to focus on taking out the sugars. All right? So, Malika, yes, nighttime cravings can be hard. So here's a couple of things I want. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few little suggestions as we go through this journey. And each day I'll give you some other things. What you want to do in terms of helping yourself get over some of that cravings is, I'm going to be honest, you're going to really just have to kind of like have a mindset of, I can do this. Like, I can eat healthier. I don't need sugar, right? Part of it is going to be mindset. That's not going to be everything, because sugar is an actual addiction. But make sure, you know what I'm going to say, water, water, water. I'm always telling you got to drink more water, right? Half your body weight in pounds and ounces of water every single day. No, everybody does not have to drink a gallon of water a day. All right. We talked about that before. That is a myth that came out the bodybuilding community. It's not appropriate for everybody. But what is appropriate for you is half your body weight in pounds and ounces of water every single day. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you should be drinking 100 ounces of water every day. That's on a regular day. That's not even a day that you sweat or you work out or you had a whole lot of stress in your life. That adds to it. You want to drink on a regular day half your body weight in ounces of water every single day. One. The second technique that you're going to use in order to help yourself get over those cravings and that sugar calling is, you're going to make sure that you're eating an adequate amount of protein and some healthy fats. Remember, protein keeps you full longer, and fats, one, they make food taste delicious. Healthy fats, though, with no margarine, no corn oil, no vegetable oil. Throw those out the way. Throw those out the window. But you're going to make sure that you're eating foods that have fat. That means that you want the whole egg. We don't want just egg whites. You want to make sure that you're eating protein at every meal. Never, ever, ever sit down and say, I will just have a salad, right? I really want to get rid of this idea that salads are the marker of healthy eating. They are not. They have very little nutritional value. Always have protein. So if you do I personally love salads, but I try not to make them my vegetable. They're always an appetizer or a side, right? In addition to a vegetable. You want to make sure that you are adding protein to whatever that you're eating, right? So if you decide that you want to have a salad, make sure you're putting some chicken on it, some shrimp on it, some tuna on it, something, in order for it to be much more fulfilling. All right? Let's do this. 10 days. Today is day 1. After today, we are going to be inside of our private Facebook group talking about how we are dealing with each and every one of the symptoms, the hoorays, the ands, all of that stuff inside of 10daysugarrehab.com. Go download the guide. After you download the guide, inside of the library, you're going to see the link to the Facebook group, and I'll see you there. All right? Good luck. Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum.